Gary, how well do you think this game will be a test as a kind of good build up to the Czech Republic? How difficult is this one going to be, and how good a test is it going to be?
Yeah, it's going to be a difficult game. I think they're a similar side to the Czech Republic, and it's another game for us to try and progress as a team.
As regards the squad, how much do you think it's progressed since this time last year when you played Sweden in a friendly and lost quite heavily?
Yeah, I think it has. I think a lot of the younger players have come in and showed that they're capable of playing at this level now. I think as a group we're more together, we're more settled, and I think results that we've had have given us more confidence and belief that we can achieve something.
It's only 2 months since you played the last game over in the Carling Nations Cup. It is the start of the season. Is this friendly too early for an international for you guys, or is it the right time? Because you've obviously started your season.
Yeah, I think a lot of people say it's a funny time to have an international date, and some leagues haven't started yet, obviously. But I think any time you're asked to come and play for your country, then you look forward to it and you want to come and do as well as you can. So a lot of players aren't up to full speed, but it's another game for people to go and get the match fitness that they need for the big games that are coming up, whether it be the start of a league or the qualifiers next month.
What's more important on Wednesday night? Is it the result against a team that's ranked high in Scotland, or is it the performance?
I think the result's always important. I think you play football to win, and winning games breeds confidence, and we'll want to go and win the game however we do that. If we get a performance, and I think that's a bonus, but winning games is what we want to try and achieve, and that's going to be the most important thing next month in the qualifiers. So it would be good to get a win on Wednesday night.
How do you assess our chances of qualifying for the Euros?
I think they're still in the balance. I think it's still probably between us, the Czechs and Lithuania, and obviously having Czech Republic at home is a huge game, and is going to probably decide where we're going to finish in this group. If we can win that one, it'll give us confidence going into the remaining games.
Do you accept there's no room for error in these 2 games coming up?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're in a position now. It's we have to win these 2 games at home and put ourselves in a strong position for the last 2 fixtures.
Is it hard not to sort of have your mind taken away when you see the World Cup draw and teams like that?
Yeah, you see that draw and you see the challenge that awaits, but I think that's something we'll look forward to in the future. I think now we have to focus on the Euro campaign, and we're still in a good opportunity to get there, and these coming games are of most important for us just now.
You've been away from Scotland for quite a wee while now. How do you think you've improved as a player?
I think a lot. I think the Premiership tests you every single week. I think the challenge it provides with each team is different. The players are physical, and the standard's very high. So as a player, you have to kind of raise your game and adapt to that. And I feel I've improved again, and with experience, I think you always get better. So I'm looking forward to the coming season.
When you look around the squad and you see the guys this morning, do you feel almost like one of the veterans now?
Yeah, you do. You sometimes think, do these guys look at me and think I'm getting old? And you've been about the squad for a long time now, but it's good to see the younger players coming through, and I think we've got a great group of young players that are coming into the team just now and pushing the older guys like myself, and I think that's good for Scotland, and I think the future looks really positive.
James Forrest in Lancashire second cap on Wednesday. Did you see much of him at Celtic? Do you remember much of him?
Yeah, I do. I remember him coming through. He trained with us a couple of times when I was there, and everyone knew he had a bright future, and he's proved that with Celtic, and I thought he was excellent in his debut over in Ireland. And again, these games are good for players like him to get the opportunity and the experience of international football, and that can only help him in his development.
What about Kenny Miller? Seems to have picked up where he left off in his debut for Cardiff as well.
He does, yeah. He's played for a lot of clubs now, Kenny, and you know what you're going to get with him. I think he's a very hard-working centre forward, and when he gets goals as well, then you've got the complete player. So it's good for him to get a start like that and have confidence coming here.
Just going back to the thing about how much you've improved as a player, is that partly not only down to the league, but down to the clubs, those two clubs you played for, Celtic, were you maybe defending less than you have to do with Wigan, who, with all due respect, have found themselves, battling against relegation and so on?
I think so. I think each club's different. You have to have different strengths at different clubs, and as you say, at Celtic you were more kind of on the ball and a centre half that had to create and start play, and he didn't defend as much. Whereas at Wigan, obviously at times you're playing Man United and Chelsea, where you're under the caution, you have to defend and learn how to deal with that pressure. And I think throughout your career you have different experiences and different challenges, and that's what brings you on as a football player.
And just again, the two games next month, do you think if we win those two games that we're as good as qualified in second place?
I think it'll put us in a great position, yeah, but still Liechtenstein showed that they're a decent side, and we just managed to beat them at home, so that'll be a difficult game away. And obviously Spain is going to be very difficult. So there's a long way to go in the group, but we'll look forward to the games that are coming up.
I suppose it's a reflection on how much the squad has improved, that 9 points from those next 3 qualifiers is eminently achievable, isn't it?
Yeah, we believe it is, yeah, and I think that does come from the performances we've had and the confidence we've got, but in football you have to go out and prove that, and when the games come along we have to be ready and go and get the wins.
You're pleased to see David Gouilly back in the squad and also making the move to the Premier League as well. That can only be good for his development. Yeah,
I think so. He's a player that's shown a lot of promise, and he's at a good age where he can go down there and get out the goldfish bowl as it is up here, and concentrate on his football, and I think that'll be great for him, and hopefully he's going to produce big things down there and try and get in the Scotland team as well.
Is he good enough, do you think, to cut it in the Premier League at this age, or does he still have a long way to go, do you think?
I think so. I played against him a long time ago now, when he was just a kid, and he's grown up a lot since then, and he's shown a lot of maturity in his play on the park, and as I said, I think it'll be good for him to get down in England and really concentrate on his football and work hard and develop as a player, and I'm sure he'll do really well.
The draw was made, the World Cup draw was made the other day. Do you now view it as kind of perhaps nearing the end of your opportunities to kind of play a major tournament again, be it the Euro Championships or the World Cup finals? Yeah,
I suppose once I'm only 29, believe it or not, but once you start to get nearing that 30, you do start to think, my opportunities are less, and obviously the World Cup only comes every 4 years, so this is going to be a big one for myself. I think it's coming in the peak of my career, and it's one which I think we've got a real opportunity with the team we've got and the group we've got. So hopefully this is the time that I personally and the country can get there.
And there's always been this kind of a perception down south that they don't really have a high opinion of our game up here. With us being in top 4 and no club in the Champions League, does that kind of strengthen their argument, do you think?
I think there'll always be that kind of rivalry, and they'll say there's not any good teams or good players up here, but I think the players in the Premier League now from Scotland are doing well, and that strengthens our case that we have got good players, and the national team's doing well at the minute, so hopefully we can qualify for a major finals again, and that'll really put us back on the map.
Talking of these players, we talked to Charlie Adam, just ask how you think he would do it at Liverpool this season. Yeah,
he done fantastic last year in a team that went down at the end of the season, but had a great season for them, and he's went to a big club in Liverpool, one of the biggest in England, and I'm sure he'll do great. He's got a range of passing that's second to none, and his deliveries for set piece as well is going to be a real threat for Liverpool, so I'm sure he'll do really well there.
He'll be important in this push for qualification as well, won't he, for Scotland?
Yeah, he's going to be everyone's important. That's the kind of the ethos we've got. The squad is the most important thing, and every player's here that whether they're young or old, or no matter what they've done, they're going to have to play a part, and I think that's the most important thing, that we all stick together as a squad.
You mentioned it, like the goldfish bowl of Glasgow, and Peter Houston took a bit of flack. I don't know if you picked up on that, but when when he was talking about the David Goodwillie possibly going to Rangers, possibly going to Blackburn, and he was saying, you know, how difficult it is to play in Glasgow, particularly if you're a kind of high-profile character like Goodwillie. But do you agree with those kind of sentiments of it being difficult to go to a big club like Rangers or Celtic and cope with life in Glasgow?
Yeah, just cope with life in Scotland is what I was saying. You know, it's difficult. There's such a small country and such a big kind of pressure put on young players and young people, and for him to get away from that and go in England and focus on his football, I think is a good thing for him.